So now be honest. How many Cuban links do you own?
You know what's messed up, man? I don't even know what a fucking Cuban link is. What's a Cuban link? She don't know either, man.
It's a
Okay,
big, thick gold chain.
oh, Cuban link. You talking about man? I have no chains, none, no jewelry.
What kind of watch are you wearing right now?
This is a watch. I bought this on Amazon, and I looked up men's leather watches. And
so that is not a Rolex watch.
No, it is not.
How many Rolexes do you own?
Zero. The only Rolex I have.
Wait a minute, sir. So you mean to tell me that a black man who is amassed, who can say that he's a millionaire, does not have a Cuban link, does not have a Rolex, does not own a supercar?
Nope.
My goodness, we might have to take your temperature, sir, because you might be suffering from some sort of sickness. Because, see, but this is what I'm talking about is frame of reference. You see, we need people like you. We need to show that, you can have money. You don't have to go out and get you a diamond watch. Or you don't have to get a Lamborghini and this and that and blah, blah, blah and have like, you know what I mean? A bunch of unnecessary shit. You could take your money and make it work for you and try to create generational wealth. And stop doing the dumb shit that we've been told to do, that we've been given the frame of reference to do, So, yeah, I'm just glad to hear that. I was just curious what somebody, because they think if you got it, then you got to spend it. You see what I'm saying? If you have it, you have to spend it. You probably don't even know about half the brands. And you got the money to buy this shit, but you probably don't even know about half the brands that people that can't really afford this shit, they know about this shit all day.
Yeah,
they could tell you about. Oh, you don't have Givenchy and blah 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 and all these. Like what? Huh? Like I can't even say half that shit. I don't even know what you're talking about sometimes. Like, yeah, that's the shit. That's the Oh, okay. Like, all right. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean anything to me really, except I feel like I can use some of these things as a tool. See what I'm saying? If I put a gold chain on, it's just so, like I was saying earlier, so that you'll fucking listen to me, basically. And not think, oh, this nigga is, some fucking bum or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you got to bust out clean on these motherfuckers sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Throw your suit on or whatever you got to do to let motherfuckers know I'm somebody that you should listen to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not somebody that you should look down upon. I'm somebody that you should have respect for and listen to. And so whatever bells and whistles that make you feel like that's gonna make you rock with me, then I'll use them here and there if they want to, but it doesn't really mean anything to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Well, I agree with you, man.
But I don't own a Rolex or anything like that, or a supercar or anything like that. But
I had a fake Rolex from China, and it lasted about a week. that was the only time I had a Rolex, man.
You had a Folex, is what you
I had a Folex. Yeah, man. I think, they say that that when they talk about the psychology of why people that don't have the money to buy stuff will buy it, they say that poor people spend money on luxury items so that people will think that they're rich and treat them better. It's almost like fake it till you make it type stuff. And I do agree with you, man. I think values is just an important thing. I remember when I was a kid, man, I wanted that stuff. I wanted nicer everything. I wanted name brand jeans. I wanted name brand, shoes and all that. And my mother never got any of that. Everything we had was generic. Every fucking thing we had was generic. And her excuse was, I think she was just being cheap, but her excuse was, she said, I don't want your self-esteem to be attached to, these labels and these other things you get. And so when I got older, I got introduced to, teaching from people like Dr. Claude Anderson. He explained the history of that. of black people wanting to be labeled, always wanting to be branded or labeled, even by people who hate you. You know, most of these people that make these luxury brands, Louis and Gucci and all that, they don't really like black people that much. You know, but we have this inherent need and desire to be accepted and or to be seen as successful or whatever. And a lot of times we use all the wrong signals, you know. So maybe that's a process some people have to go through. But I can definitely say that if you want to go broke, if you want to lose your money, then the easiest way to lose your money is to think of money as something other than what it is. You know, money is your escape route. That is your opportunity to build money into, to grow it into something that's sustainable, which is capital. And capital is how wealthy people survive. You know, what most wealthy families, they don't even have conversations about, you know, oh, you got to go get you a good job and, you know, this is how you survive. They have conversations about how they manage their capital so that everybody can eat good off of the capital that their family has. That's how every institution in America survives. They have a capital base. Like Harvard University has billions of dollars in a big pot, and they live off the interest from that money, right? Well, there's families that do the same thing. Well, they have a capital base. It might be the family business. It might be some real estate they own where they rent out some property. It might be some stocks and bonds they own. Maybe they're making money off of that or whatever, and everybody gets to kind of eat off that. So don't waste your opportunity, you know. And I don't get mad at people when they have bad financial habits, because this shit is marketed to you every single day. You're constantly, and it's specifically marketed to us using the most powerful art form, you know, in the last 100 years at least, which is hip hop music. A lot of times the corporations will market messages that are the exact opposite of what you must do if you want to be a liberated black person. You know, so I think as black people, that's why we must take over the educational process. That's why we need media outlets like yours, where people can just at least get a different perspective. And here's the other thing too, man. I'm not going to get mad at somebody because they might want a luxury watch. I'm not saying you can't drive your Lamborghini if that's what you want to do. It's really about balance. That's the idea, right? So if you're driving a Lamborghini, but you haven't invested any money at all, well, that's a huge mistake. But if you're taking care of yourself financially and then you reward yourself with the guilty pleasure of a Lamborghini, then nobody has a right to tell you that there's something wrong with that, because I've done things like that. You know, I work very, very hard. I save hard. I invest hard, but then I play hard. When I really want something, I will go do it, and nobody's going to stop me from doing it. So enjoy your money, but don't let the play outweigh the work. You got to do the work to earn the play. You make the investment so you can get the benefit. You plant the seed so you can get the harvest. You got some people that just want to harvest but don't want to plant any seeds, and then they wonder why their fields are dry.